You also mentioned in the book that probably the first project that you worked on was to redesign your Delhi home, and you also designed Mannat, where you currently live with Shah Rukh and the kids. So what are your favorite spaces, Shah Rukh?
May I is it okay if I talk in between, or it's
Yes,
just between?
yes, no, it's a conversation, so
No,
please butt in.
if it's a show, I can just sit and look pretty.
No, I was going to ask you, this question was for you, and both of you can chime in.
Okay, I just want to say that, you know, when we bought the house we live in now, it was way beyond our means. And being from Delhi, one was used to living in bungalows. One did not realize that Mumbai has a whole system where apartments are even more expensive and bigger, but we are not used to it. Not because I was very well off, it's just that everybody in Delhi seemed to have a bungalow. And we'd come from there, and we used to live actually to the house next to Taj, right here, Millie, and which was my director's house. He had lent it to us and said, you stay here as long as you're making films. And we had not too much money, so whenever as soon as we mustered up some money, we said, we'll go and buy this bungalow. And it was way beyond our means. But we managed to buy it, which was one thing, and then you had to rebuild it because it was quite dilapidated and kind of broken. And then we didn't have money to furnish it. And of course we called one designer. The lunch that he served us, telling us how he'll design this house, was way more than the salary I used to earn in a month. And we're like, this guy's gonna charge a lot. So how do we do this house now? We bought it, what do we do with this? And then the only person to turn was, I said, listen, Gauri, you have little artistic talent. Why don't you become the designer of the house? So actually, Mannat started like that. So whatever little monies we earned over years, we kept on buying small things. I remember we had gone down once even to South Africa, I think, and we had little money, and we bought the leather for the sofa that we'll put on. And all those small things we used to buy with, you know, that time when you traveled abroad, I think you got 100 pounds or some amount of money that you were allowed to carry from India. So it was taken only to buy a decoration piece. So it took us a while, and I think that training ground is what actually made her start designing. You know, because Mannat is, if I may say, a little big. And then, you know, for her to start doing something at such a young age, not realizing without a designer, I think that kind of helped her also to learn. And, you know, then from one thing to the other, she kept on designing stuff. And for me, it's very nice that, you know, I don't have to look for another designer. I can scream and shout at her, oh, this is not nice, you change this and all, which I've never done. I'm just joking. I just wanted to say it here in public. And, you know, it's just easier to discuss what we want, because I also have a thing that things should be clean and nice. So I think she started with that whole aspect, and then, you know, she's gone on to design any and everything that we buy now, so yeah.
So what is your favorite space in Mannat, and, you know, where you like to hang out? Or?
Contrary to popular belief that I spend a lot of time in the bathroom, I do like my library the most. There's a section in the house which is kind of my office, which doesn't have any electronics, and it's a library which I just like sitting in. It's been long since I've read the books in it, but it just feels very intellectual and smart. A lot of people get fooled when they walk in and they say, oh my God, you read them all? I say, yeah, 70% of them.